Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I want to thank our witnesses for being here today. Ms. Chakes, I wanted to come to you. Your testimony seems a little disconnected to me, and so I was hoping that you could help clear up a couple of things for me, unless I'm missing something. You set up a very successful company using the Internet as it was, basically the status quo Internet, and you did that without a whole lot of trouble. Is that right?
I wouldn't say without a whole lot of trouble at all, but yes.
Well, you didn't have to overcome horrific odds or anything. You worked your business plan, set it up, and got it in place. So now I hear you saying that what you're wanting to do is to preserve the net neutrality rules that the FCC moved forward on. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. And you're saying you want to do that so that edge companies like yours can innovate, like your current company can innovate. But see, I look at this and I think the Internet without net neutrality rules has worked great for innovators. And now you're wanting to change the rules. So why should the FCC's rules allow you to innovate and then not other entrepreneurial companies like maybe Mr. DeReggie's over here?
I would say that I would like to see the FCC rules preserve the status quo that existed when I was doing that innovation. And
Ma'am, there was no federal governance of the Internet. Mr. DeReggie, do you have a comment on that?
Well, I think you pretty much summed it up with your statement.
Okay. Well, then let me ask you this. I have a very rural part of my district, Perry, Wayne, Hickman County, where I was last week. They are very concerned about broadband. So speak to me what you think is going to happen with broadband investment. These communities need it for education and for economic development. So what should their expectation be?
Most likely, people aren't going to spend their money if they're not going to get a return on it. I think what people need to realize is that the cost to deploy difficult areas to get broadband is much higher than the cost to deploy broadband to the mass easy areas.
Let me ask you this then. Do you have any idea what the magnitude of jobs loss would be for these areas that are underserved or sparsely populated and can't get it?
Well, it's going to be astronomical, but it's also going to lead to the population leaving to other areas.
Okay. Mr. Turner wanted to come to you for a minute. I was sitting here looking through everything now. Mr. Saccone, we know he's with AT&T, Mr. DeReggie with Rapid DSL, Ms. Chase with BuzzCar. So we know what interests that they are representing, and it's less clear to me whom you represent with Free Press. And I think it might be instructive to us as we read your testimony and as we try to figure out, the bias that you bring to the argument, if you could detail to us where Free Press gets its funding.
Certainly. Do you want me to do that now or in writing?
I would love to do it now, and if you want to submit for us the 10 largest supporters of Free Press, I think that'd be great. It'd be instructive.
Free Press takes zero corporate money. We are completely supported by our members and by foundation support.
Okay, and then will you submit your funding?
Absolutely. I'd be pleased to, yes.
All right, that would be great. I would appreciate that, and with that, I'm going to yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back the balance of her time. The chair now recognizes the gentleman from Massachusetts.
Thank you.